For Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. President Joe Biden delivered an impassioned plea to Congress to act on gun violence after a string of mass shootings in the U.S. this month. In a national address Thursday night, he called on lawmakers to restore limits on the sale of assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines, and more.
This isn't about taking away anyone's rights. It's about protecting children. It's about protecting families. It's about protecting whole communities. It's about protecting our freedoms to go to school, to a grocery store, to a church, without being shot and killed. According to new data just released by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, guns are the #1 killer of children in the United States of America.
Biden said if lawmakers couldn't agree to ban semi-automatic weapons, they should at least raise the age to purchase them at 21. He said Congress should repeal the liability shield the gun industry enjoys, which largely bans lawsuits for the misuse of guns. He put the focus squarely on Senate Republicans who have blocked previous gun control measures.
But my God, the fact that the majority of the Senate Republicans don't want any of these proposals even to be debated or come up for a vote, I find unconscionable. We can't fail the American people again.
A bipartisan effort is underway to find common ground on proposals like red flag laws and expanded background checks. Biden said if Congress fails to pass legislation, a majority of the public should make the issue central to their vote in this year's November congressional election. Meanwhile, Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee advanced legislation that would raise the age limit for purchasing a semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21. Christopher Martinez reports.
The Protecting Our Kids Act combines 6 measures that have been proposed by Democrats. It includes provisions to ban high-capacity ammunition magazines and strengthen limits on so-called bump stocks that in effect turn a semi-automatic rifle into a machine gun. It would also raise the age limit from 18 to 21 years for purchasing an AR-15 assault weapon, like the ones that 2 18-year-olds used in the Buffalo and Uvalde shootings. Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas spoke in support of the bill, with a picture of the Uvalde victims behind her.
Look at the faces. These are not class graduation pictures. They're dead children.
Democrat Lucy McBath of Georgia called for action to stop what she calls slaughter in the schools.
Mothers and fathers waiting in line for a DNA test, forced to find out if it's their child that's riddled with bullets and maimed beyond recognition.
While Democrats supported the bill, Republicans were united in opposition. Jim Jordan of Ohio.
This bill is just another Democrat attack on the Second Amendment.
But Democrat Mondaire Jones of New York is clearly prepared for a long struggle.
We will not rest until we have taken weapons of war out of circulation in our communities.
I'm Christopher Martinez.
Police say a man who blamed his surgeon for ongoing pain after a recent back surgery bought an AR-15 style rifle hours before opening fire at a Tulsa medical office, killing the surgeon and 3 other people before fatally shooting himself Wednesday. Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin identified the shooter as 45-year-old Michael Lewis. Franklin says the doctor who performed the surgery, Dr. Preston Phillips, was killed along with Dr. Stephanie Hewson, a receptionist, and visitor William Love. New York's legislature voted to ban anyone under the age of 21 from buying or possessing a semi-automatic rifle Thursday. The legislation is a major change to the state's firearm laws and passed less than 3 weeks after an 18-year-old white supremacist used one of the guns to kill 10 black people at a supermarket in Buffalo. Other new legislation will restrict civilian purchases of bullet-resistant armor, which was worn by the killer. Legal fights over the legislation is expected. Today marks 100 days since the invasion of Ukraine. Both sides, Russia and Ukraine, are declaring victory. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky released a video today. His comments are translated by Al Jazeera.
The leader of the faction is here. The head of the president's office is here. The Prime Minister Shmyhal is here. Podolak is here. The president is here. Our team's much bigger. The armed forces of Ukraine are here. Most importantly, our people are here. The people of our state are here. We've been defending our state for 100 days. Victory for us. Glory to Ukraine.
Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told reporters Russia will continue its military operation until all its goals have been achieved. One of the main goals, he says, is taking the Luhansk and Donetsk regions in the Donbass. President Joe Biden is reportedly planning to visit Saudi Arabia in the coming days as part of the White House's effort to shore up ties with the oil-rich kingdom as Russia's war in Ukraine roils global energy markets. During his presidential campaign, he vowed to make Saudi Arabia pay for the price of its role in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, but the president has since tampered down that tone. The Biden administration says children under the age of 5 may be able to get their first COVID vaccine as soon as federal regulators authorize shots for the age group, as expected. The Food and Drug Administration will meet June 14th and 15th to evaluate the Pfizer and Moderna shots for younger children. Shipments to doctors' offices and pediatric care facilities could begin soon after the anticipated FDA authorization. I'm Christina Onnested reporting for Pacifica Radio.